You just proposed an SOM program for leadership development for principals, and you also said you're not for corporatization of schools. Why is SOM the best suited to developing principals as opposed to an education school at Southern, or what Yale used to have and eliminated, which was the teacher program that developed leaders?
I think there's no question that what we need to do is to build out an extensive program here for leadership training around our school system and education reform. And the School of Management at Yale is one of the premier places where organizational leaders are developed around the country and around the world. And so we should take advantage of that. I don't, however, support corporatization of education. I believe schools should remain public, and I'm not a big believer in pulling superintendents, for instance, out of the corporate sector to...
But why train them in the place that trains the corporate sector as opposed to the place that trains education leaders?
Yeah, look, I would strongly prefer that Yale had a premier education school. It does not. And so I think we capture the fact that Yale University will attract the top talent from around the country. But at the same time, we need to make sure that the program is built out in a way where education is the central tenet, educational leadership. And so we'll need to make sure that it's a partnership between the education schools in and around New Haven and the leadership training school, a premier leadership training school in the country at Yale School of Management.
Which education schools do you have in mind?
We use this other room.
Oh, thanks. Any particular education schools you have in mind? You talk about the ones.
Well, certainly Southern, but I also think we can look much more far afield. I think we can look at Bank Street in New York. I think we can look at the Harvard School of Education.
By all means, please.
What we should.
Let me urge you to go in the room across the hall there.
So the Harvard School of Education.
A little different, doing this on the walk.
It's better TV. Yeah.
Better TV. Well, if we can get the view behind us. Yeah, I think the Harvard School of Education. I think Bank Street. I think Teachers College at Columbia. What we should be looking for is the absolute best. And I think the idea that we could build the premier training program for principals in the country, for academic leadership in public schools in the country is exciting. And we should never forget that Yale has an incredible ability to attract top talent from around the world. And we should take advantage of that because our children deserve top talent from around the country and from around the world and who's actually running our schools.